Hey guys, it's just me, Mikey. Just really want to tell you something about the video you're about to watch. I'm not a financial planning expert. I'm just a guy who's gone through these experiences, imparting some of my knowledge to you. So in no way is it financial information. Don't take it as read. It's not gospel. You can't rely 100% on it. It's just there for a guide for you guys to take stock of and say, oh yeah, okay, maybe I'm in that position, that sounds like a great idea. So with that being said, let's get straight into the video, and if you like it, smash that like button and subscribe. Hey guys, welcome to my video. This is a video about top 5 things for a better financial 2019. So now I know as we're coming towards the end of 2018, a lot of people are taking stock of what they've done this year, and I'm going to look at the financial things. So I suppose let's get right into it and let's talk about the top 5 things. So top 5 really for a better financial 2019. Your debts. It's a horrible word, debt, but we all have them, and sometimes they're a necessity of life. So okay. So say for example your bank or your checking account is in the red. You want to work towards getting that into the black. So there's ways you can do it. Obviously if you've got a job, even if you're on benefits, you can make sure that you can get back into being in the black. And that should be a priority. That should be your number one priority. So your main account where all your bills and everything is coming out of, make sure that it's in the red. How you do that, this is not a video about how you're going to do that. This is top 5 of what you should do to make yourself financially better for 2019. So get those into the red, always, because obviously it creates your credit history. Everything goes off of that really, to see how you're managing your money and are you responsible or not. And if you can show you're responsible, then down the line you're going to be surprised at what you can afford. So that would be one thing. Things like credit cards as well. If you've got a credit card, I always personally pay off more than I'm supposed to. I do have a credit card and it has been maxed out, but I pay more than the minimum. And although it isn't making a huge inroad into it, it's making some. Now, what I would also suggest is with those two things, is your bank account and your credit card, is that you can also look at switching. And a lot of places here in the UK will give incentive for you to switch bank account. So as long as you're diligent with your money, I would say try and get your bank account back into the black. Then look at making an account that's going to pay for you. So some accounts will pay you up to £100 to switch with the switch service. Look at that, because it's free money. £100, do it, may as well. But there are some caveats with that. Sometimes you've got to actually get your account into the red, into the black rather than the red, because they won't want to switch you if you're already moving in an existing debt, checking account, bank account to a bank account. So that's the number one important thing. The credit card situation, credit card lenders tend to be happy to move balances between cards. So me personally, I had a 24-month credit card. I have maxed it out, but I have paid quite a substantial bit off. Had to use it again for certain things which during the year were unforeseen, but I'm paying it off. Now I'm going to look to either clear my credit card off at the first part of the year, or I'm going to switch it to a lender who will give me say 18 or 24 months interest free, where I can then continue to keep paying off more than the minimum, and it just extends that period out. I'm not paying any interest, I'm literally just paying off the balance. So that would be number 2. So the next thing on the list of the top 5 would be your earned income. So we're talking like a steady job. Now I know there are some guys of you out there who don't have a job or who are on welfare and benefits, and you say, I can't save. Total BS. I've been on benefits myself, and even I've been able to save from my benefits money, and I've just been very diligent about it, and I've made sure that all of the expenses that I've got going out are less than what benefits I've got coming in. So, for example, paying out on my credit card, I'm paying more than the minimum, but I'm not paying the full whack of the benefit I was getting. Mobile phone. I have a mobile phone, but I've moved my price plan down to the very lowest one. I'm linked to the Wi-Fi. I don't use mobile data. I don't use text. I very rarely use phone calls. I'm on such a cheap plan at the moment. I think I'm on £12 a month, and that does everything I need it to do. You don't need a screaming fancy phone. That's an unnecessary luxury. You know, if you're careful with your stuff and you're careful with yourself, the basic will do you. So that's another thing. Your earned income. If you've got a steady job, make sure that you're covering your bills. Look at what you've got coming in for the month that is excess, and I would say to you, okay, 50% of that, put it away somewhere. Put it either into a savings account, put it into an ISA which you can access. I wouldn't say put that money in a place that you can't access, because there's always unforeseen circumstances during the year that you never really can plan for. But if you're putting 50% of that income after your debts and after your bills, great. The other 50%, fine. You've got to have things like general living expenses. So I would say to you, have that money as your daily money that you'll be using for food, if you're having to travel, fuel, using national rail transport, buses, those sorts of things. Try and live off of that. Try not to use anything else. And if you've still got some of that money left at the end of the month, put it in a jar or something on your nightstand and squirrel that away. That's another thing. The third thing in the top 5 is passive income. So you've all heard it, passive income, things like YouTube videos, referrals, those sorts of things, links on Facebook, links on Instagram, where you'll get an incentive or a gift card or whatever it is for referring people. Do it. It all counts. Surveys that pay you money to do them. A couple of surveys a week, 5-6 quid for a few minute surveys. Do them. Put it into a PayPal account. That's how a lot of them pay you. So I'm going to give you gift cards. It all builds up and all builds up and all builds up, especially over 12 months. You'll be surprised that come Christmas, you'll have a substantial amount in your pocket. You can actually say, I can afford Christmas presents. I can afford to go out to the Christmas party or whatever it is you want to do. And you don't feel alienated, so that's a great thing. You also have things like ISAs, savings account, share dividends. Those are passive income things that if you're getting a share dividend and it's paying out 2-3 times a year, those shares aren't really doing anything for you, but you're still getting a few quid. Great idea. Savings account. Savings rates are really low, but again, it's a great idea to have a backstop. And yes, it'll only earn you maybe £10-15 interest a year, but it's still free money, so do it. ISA is a little bit more complicated because some of them tie you in and you can't access the money. And as I said before, if you know you're going to need access to your money, don't go down the ISA route that's going to lock you in, because there are penalties with it, so it's not a great idea. So you've got those sorts of things. Right, the fourth thing for a better financial 2019 is your daily life. And I know I touched on it a minute ago, but know what your monthly bills are. If you can fix rates for your monthly bill, so like a mobile phone bill, fix it to £12, great. Gas, water, electric, again, those are switching services. You can get a better rate for yourself. I know it's hassle, but do it. If you're saving yourself £20 a month over 12 months, huge amount. Just don't think it's hassle. If you do it, you'll be surprised. You could end up saving yourself hundreds and hundreds of pounds every year just by being diligent and checking your daily life and knowing what you've got going out, bills, so fuel, travel costs, general gas, water, electric, your rent. If you're in a place where the rent keeps going up, look around for a cheaper place to rent. Do what I did. Go back to live with your parents for a while. I know it's a bind, but if you can spend 6 months with your parents and your parents are happy to have you there and you're paying only a fifth of what you were paying out for rent, then you can put the rest of that money away to save up. You know, these are all sensible things that you should really do. I know they sound, I'm a grown up and I don't want all this responsibility, but it makes a difference in the long run. And then you've got things like luxury items as number 5 on this financial 2019. Personally, I used to be a bit of a shopaholic, but I like going. Hi guys, sorry about that. The video messed up, so this is the last part of it. So it was part 5, which is the luxury items. Very, very short piece. Luxury items are exactly that, they're treats. So you don't need to be spending out on luxury items, but everybody needs a little boost every now and again. So, you know, if you've got a big event coming up, or say you've got a big purchase like a car or a holiday, treat that as your luxury item for the year, and, you know, use that to look at and say, okay, well that's going to be my treat, and I know I've got that coming up. But we also need smaller little milestones to go through as well. So, you know, I personally look at 3, 6 and 9 months as little waypoints to basically reward yourself for your hard work. And it doesn't have to be expensive. It can be a simple 35 pence, you know, pack of sweets from Sainsbury's or Tesco's or wherever it is, or it could be, like I say, a nice meal somewhere. So really, you don't need those luxury items. But as far as we're looking at here for the Better Financial 2019, it's those 5 things. It's debts, earned income, passive income, daily life, and luxury items. And if you follow those rules, 2019 is going to be a lot better, stress-free, less hassle, and financially you're going to be in a much better position to be able to afford the really big and important things in your life. And also, with the way that the economy is working at the moment, when people have to cut back, you're not going to have to cut back because you already have. So trust me on this, when it gets to a point and people are saying, oh, I can't afford this, can't afford that, and going without, you've already gone without, so you aren't going to miss out. So have a good one, enjoy yourself, and have a prosperous 2019.